Hi, my name is Gary Harper. I am a personal and business coach for real estate professionals. I want to talk to you today on this episode of called What is a Parasite and do you have one in your business? So the reason I chose the word parasite is in 2011 I actually came down with a disease called Lyme disease, which is a parasite. It's a spirochete to be specific. But I found the definition of parasite. I want to read it to you. It says an organism that lives in or on another organism, its host, and benefits from the driving nutrients at that host's expense. Now that's the key there, that it's at the host's expense. That's what a parasite is. Now in 2012, as I mentioned to you, I was doing some great things in my life. I just won a Century Club with a Fortune 500 company, was being sent to a very, very nice vacation resort in another country to enjoy time with my wife. I had won that Century Club, and it was an elite group within this company. That year, I also renewed 4 brand new clients. I was looking at being promoted. I had lost almost 90 pounds. Yes, 90 pounds at that time. And things were going great. Life was good. It was really good. Then the struggle began. Now, I got sick. It was a Saturday morning. I came down with flu-like symptoms, and then they progressed into me feeling like I was having a seizure. I was rushed to the hospital, only to find that nothing was wrong. These seizures continued, and then they were joined by a lovely thing called panic attacks. And I'm being very vulnerable with you right now because I think it might help you, for one, if you know somebody that has Lyme, but also as I relate this to business. And so this parasite, as you will, had started invading my body. It started to cause my nervous system and different functions of my body not to operate properly. And through that time, for the next 6 months, I went on a spree of trying to figure it all out. What was wrong, what was going on. And through many ups and downs, we struggled. And the struggle continued until we found the answers. We found the answers that I had a parasite, that I had Lyme disease, and that it could possibly very well take my life. And so we embraced what it was. We planned for the future if I was either a part of it or not. And but we continued on. Now I want to talk to you about the parasite. I hit a ceiling personally, and at that time in my life, I found myself just scratching my head, not knowing what to do. Found myself sitting across from a godly counselor, and I felt depleted. I felt just surrendered to the fact that I was ill. But I also surrendered to the fact that I had everything around me to succeed still. And I still had the roof over my head. I still had food in my cabinets. Still had a loving wife, supporting kids, and everything around me to help me still succeed. So I chose not to give up. I chose to continue to fight. And through the discovery of this parasite, this Lyme disease, as you will, my body became very fragile. And I had to make sure that I supported it and that I fought it. And through it all, as you can probably tell now, 5-6 years later, I made it past that. Now, why all that? Why that story? Because I want to relate this parasite to your business. And as we talked earlier, parasites feed off the host. And so let me ask you the question, what host, your business today is that host, but what parasite is feeding off your business today? And just real quick, think through that, jot down some names or some businesses or what have you that might be feeding off your host's business today. And let me give you some examples. So the first parasite, and this is going to come as a shock to you that you could have in your business, is you. It is. It very easily could be you that's the parasite. And I'll ask you this question. Are you taking too much cash from your business today? Because if you are, and you're not leaving enough cash on hand to carry you through hard times, you're a parasite on your own business. Are you working too much in the business and capping the growth of the business because you're a single point of failure in the business and you're not allowing it to scale properly? Because if you are, you're a parasite in the business. Are you destroying the employee morale in your business? Are you giving negative feedback to people? Are your words harming and damning to people? Because if you are, you're a parasite in your own business. Are you not letting go of what you need to let go of, the things in which you're not good at, and hiring people that are good at it? so that you are not the parasite in your business? Are you not providing a clear vision to the people around you for those to follow? Are you just living in today, or are you cascading a message about where we're going? Because if you're not living in today, then you, my friend, are a parasite in your own business. Are you worried more about the head count of your company than the heart count of the people? It's important to worry about the head count. Obviously, you need to make sure that you're profitable. But you also need to make sure you're taking care of your people. You're handing out emotional paychecks. You're taking care of their concerns, their needs, their desires, their wants, and making sure that they're whole. It's our job as leaders to make sure that is the case. And if we're not, we are truly parasites on the people in the business. Those are just examples of where parasites could be if you're the parasite. Now, we also could have employees that are parasites in our business, right? Employees that are pushing their own visions. Employees that are creating silos in the business. Employees that are turning other staff members against you. Do you have that today? If you do, they're a parasite on you. Is there no respect shown in front of others when these employees are around? They're disrespectful to you and disrespectful to other leaders. Do you have employees that are takers and not givers? Now, there's a great video by Simon Sinek. I think it's by Simon Sinek. I'm not 100% sure, but it's on YouTube. It's a TED Talk. It's called Givers, Takers, and Matchers. I encourage you to look that up. Have all your staff watch it. Far too often, we allow takers to come in our business, and essentially they're parasites, and they take, and they burn our givers out. So we want to make sure we're protecting that. Are you allowing them to give excuses regularly on why they're not getting their work done and things are going undone? Because if you are, those are parasites in your business. Are they complacent? Do you have complacent people in your company that are just getting a paycheck and working paycheck to paycheck? Because if you do, again, parasites are could be in play. And are you hiring people, or do you have people on your staff today that just don't align with your core values? So it's crucial that we have the right culture, that we have people aligning with our core values. If we don't, then we've allowed parasites to creep in. So first thing we've talked about is, are you the parasite? Second thing we've talked about is, do you have employees that are parasite? And then the third thing I'll talk about is distractions and how they're parasites. Maybe that comes in the form of another business, a business that's draining the resources from your host. Imagine this big, beautiful tree, which is who your company is today. You've allowed other businesses, other trees to grow out of your business, out of the host tree. And they're robbing the nutrients, the water, the resources, the energy from the host tree. And essentially, they're growing, they're getting bigger, but they're destroying the host tree. And ultimately, it brings death to the host tree. And in return, brings death to all the trees and all the businesses. Are you allowing that in your business today? Are you allowing the shiny object syndrome to come in and rob your host company of the resources and time? Because if you are, you're allowing a parasite in your business. Unbalanced home life at home, creating distractions in your business can be parasites. And I'm not telling you that it's not important to have a family life. That is the most important part. That's why we're in business. But you got to make sure that you take time for family, that you're not working 80 hours a week. Now you don't have time for family, and now family and problems are creeping back into the business and creating parasites. We talked a little bit about the shiny object syndrome, and that's so important that we don't allow these little opportunities that come here and here that rob our time and resources. Last one I want to talk to you about is distractions and poor meetings. Having the wrong meeting structures that are pulling you away constantly and aren't productive. The little got-a-minute meetings and, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And they're never bringing a resolution to anything, and they're never solving problems. They're just parasites in our business, and we need to make sure we get rid of those as well. Now, I want you to think hard and long about this question. What other areas in your business and or life are these parasites showing up? And maybe they're taking on a form of other things that I didn't mention today. But it's your job. You're a leader. You're the visionary. It's your job to make sure that you're getting rid of all the parasites within the business. You're going to go through a process when you discover a parasite that I want to talk to you about first. The process is shock, betrayal, especially when it's an employee. And then you're going to go through disbelief. No, that's not my business. No, that's not happening. No, I shouldn't really have to get rid of this other business. Shock, then disbelief, and then procrastination. We tend to go, oh, well, I'll take care of it later. That's the third step in this process. You go, I'll care for it later, or I'll fire that person later, or they'll get better. And we give ourselves excuses on why we procrastinate. And then all it does is lead us to being angry. And then we go into searching for solutions. And so far too often we find that we've waited too long now, and the damage is done, and the business is losing money, or our processes are broke, or we've lost good employees, all because the takers, or the parasites as we are, have come in and created havoc and created problems. And we go through that process. I'll encourage you today that from discovery of the parasite to the extraction of the parasite, and the amount of time that goes through that period is so important to whether or not you live or the host lives or the host dies. And you really got to fight for your host today. If your host is a business, fight for it. Don't quit. Don't give up. Become the expert on it. Make sure that you don't allow it to cause you to fail. So what's next? What do I do? Well, the first thing you can do is you can stay in that procrastination stage. You can do nothing. You can continue to rob resources and time from your business and even money. You can have no accountability in your business, which is eventually going to lead to death. You can allow your words and the words of others, of these parasites, to destroy the morale of your staff. You can allow it to destroy your finances. You can allow these parasites to destroy the business in whole. And that's what you could do. That is an option. Doing nothing is an option. What should you do? Here's what I'll tell you should do. Don't give up. Fight. Fight today. Start today. Figure out what parasites are in your business and get rid of them. Extract the parasites as quickly as possible. And if you're the parasite, fire yourself from working in the business as quickly as possible. Find an integrator or leaders that could come in and do the job better than you're doing it today, that you're not going to allow it to hold the business back anymore. And manage up or manage out the employees in your business as quickly as possible that you may think are parasites. Remember the phrase, quick to fire, slow to hire. Separate other businesses from this host business if you have them. If you've allowed those shiny objects to create businesses in your business and they're just robbing the resources, listen, I'm going to tell you something today. You don't have to cancel the other businesses. They just have to stand on their own. They have to have their own resources and their own infrastructure and their own accountability charts and their own vision. And they just have to be on their own. They have to have their own resources, or they're killing your host business. And then eliminate the distractions. Have strong, accountable meetings that are going to allow you to scale properly. And that'll lead you to your new normal. That'll lead you to where you need to be in your life, in your business, and in your careers. Now, this parasite thing, however you decide to handle it is really up to you. But all of us have them in our businesses today. The key is identifying them quickly, getting them out of the business, keeping the business healthy and whole. And that's all what I hope for you today. I hope that your company is not only strong, that it's not only a smart company, not only is profitable, but I hope that it's healthy. Please take this and apply it today and allow your business to grow strong. Thank you for watching.